Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and the brand new Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures from Playmates Toys are starting to trickle out onto store shelves. I've got all 4 of the brand new turtles here in front of us, and in today's video, we are going to focus on Donatello. So as you can see, Donnie comes in that brand new Rise of the TMNT packaging. I love the bright, vibrant colors on these. They definitely stand out. We got an image of Donnie as he appears in the new cartoon series in the upper right-hand corner. The name going across the edge of the blister bubble, and we got a cool little moniker under that calling him the Tech Whiz, which, of course, Donnie has always been our Tech Whiz, so that makes total sense. And over here on the left-hand side, you can see the pizza points have returned. A cool little gimmick from the original series of Turtles action figures, where you can collect these to earn prizes with details inside the packaging. The back of that box has a cool bio card going right there across with nice, bright, vibrant animation with a little purple burst behind him and a little bio over here on the side. And with every turtle in the series being a different species, Donatello is a soft shell turtle, which actually explains why he has this armor that he wears over his turtle shell. Something pretty fun. And his weapon is the bow staff. He is one of the only characters that did not change his weapon this time. Now, he's using a tech bow staff, but that's not really beyond Donnie, so he's using his classic bow staff weapon. And then down below that, we've got all of the figures in this current series, so let's go ahead and get Donnie outside of that packaging. Alright, let's go ahead and get a closer look at Donatello. We'll start by taking a look at the scale on this guy, where you can see from the bottom of his feet to the top of his head. He's also got these little goggles on his head. But that puts him at about, a little above 4.5 inches. Not quite 4 3/4. But he is pretty close. He is taller than Michelangelo. He is roughly the same size as Leonardo, but he's shorter than Raphael. So all the turtles are scaled to one another, so the sizes are different, which is very cool. So Donatello is probably the next tallest behind Raphael in that series. And let's go and take a look at the articulation on this guy before we get into anything else, because these guys do feature a bit more articulation than we've seen on some of the turtles in the past. We got the ball joint at the head, which actually works really nice. You can see they can look up and down really nicely, left and right. Good range of motion there. You got the ball-like joints at the shoulders. You can go forwards, backwards. You can see that the front of the shell here, it's a bit of a softer plastic, so it doesn't hinder the movement of the arms, which is really nice. You can swivel the elbow and bend the elbow, and you can swivel at the wrists there. Then you got those hinge joints at the thighs, so the legs can go outwards, forwards, backwards, good range of motion there. You can also swivel at the knee and bend at the knee. You can see the knee pads actually do a really good job of hiding the knee articulation, which is pretty cool. And then you can also swivel the ankles left and right, as well as rock them up and down because of those nice joints there. So, more articulation than we've seen on many Turtles figures in the past. As I pointed out, all 4 turtles have that same articulation. The feet specifically bend a lot more than we've ever been able to bend them. So you can get a pretty good range of motion with these guys. And the plastic feels nice and solid, feels quality made, and the joints are nice and tight. So overall, I think he's a real well-made figure. The paint deco actually looks really nice here. You can see he's a nice kind of shade of green. I really like that, actually. It's very deep green, and he's got a nice deep purple that's used for his bandana. You can see Donnie this time's got the bandana that goes over his head, covers the whole head, and he's wearing the little tech goggles over the top of his head there. Then he's got this cool little wrist computer, which I actually really like. So there's a little screen there on his wrist. The only problem with it is the way it's sculpted on the outside of the wrist. The articulation almost doesn't really allow him to actually be able to look at the screen. So there's really not any poses you can get where he's using that screen. So it's a cool little addition, just doesn't really work with his articulation, unfortunately. The belt itself is purple along with the elbow pads and knee pads, and you can see he's got the cool little new turtle emblem there. It's like a T on top of a turtle shell right there on the belt, which is painted very nicely. Now, Donnie is a soft shell turtle, so one of the things that makes him very different is he's got this extra armor piece that he wears over his shell, which is removable. You can pop that off and you can see he's got a very scrawny little soft shell. If you've ever seen a soft shell turtle in real life, you know, they're like water turtles. This is what they're like. So it's pretty cool how Donatello just made an armor piece that essentially just fits right over his shell there to help protect him. One of the other pieces he comes with that attaches to that is this cool little translucent purple helicopter kind of thing. You can see it's got little propellers sticking off of it. It's got little pegs. Actually plugs nice and firm right there onto that armor piece. You can see it locks on there really good. And now Donatello's got this cool little flying device, which we have seen him use in the new Rise of the TMNT series. I think that's pretty cool. I like that Donnie comes with all the tech stuff, you know, because he'd be building that stuff for himself anyway. So it's pretty cool they incorporated that into the toy. So as far as his weapons go, first of all, he does come with 2 of the little throwing stars, same ones we've seen with the other turtles. He can hold on to those just fine, kind of a staple of a Ninja Turtles action figure. And then he's got his bow staff. So it's a tech bow staff, which means he actually, you know, has teched it all out this time around. As such, they've got it in a solid gray plastic. There's no extra paint detail, but you can see he's got this little extra piece on the bottom. So it's not just like a wooden stick like he's used in the past. He can hold on to that really nicely with either hand, and you can get some decent two-handed poses out of it as well. In addition to his standard staff, he also comes with this translucent purple staff with these cool little effects on it, making it look as though he's spinning it. I thought this was a really cool inclusion to have an extra piece included here. You know, they always have like these powered up weapons in the show. We've actually seen him do the powered up spinning thing in that first episode. So it's pretty cool that this comes with the figure, and you can do two-handed pose there if you want to make it look like he's twirling his bow staff. Alright guys, it's comparison time. I want to start out by posing this new Donatello figure alongside this San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version that I just reviewed a few months ago. There are some differences. Even though it's the exact same figure, the paint deco is where you're going to see most of the difference. First of all, the weapon has a lot more paint on it on the San Diego release. Also, you can see some of the colors they used are different, specifically in the goggles and the wraps. You can see they changed the colors, and on the monitor on his wrist. One of the other things that's different is the belt on the new figure is fully painted, while the little T is not painted on the San Diego version, but the goggles have a better paint deco on the San Diego version. However, the San Diego version did not come with the extra little twirly bow staff, so there's pros and cons for both figures. And then let's just go ahead and stand this guy alongside some of the other Donatello figures released over the years, starting with the recent 2012 release of Donatello, the original 1988 release of Donatello, Next Mutation Donatello, and finally, 2003 Donatello. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Donatello action figure from Playmates Toys. Overall, I honestly feel like the designs in the new series, love them or hate them, translate very well into action figure form. And Donatello here looks pretty good. In fact, they didn't even make him quite as tall and long and skinny. I don't know how to really describe him, but like his head in the cartoon is like really long and skinny, and he doesn't really have that on the toy. They kind of rounded his head off, and I like that. I actually think that looks a lot better, and I think this is a really well designed action figure with a lot of really cool accessories. Sure, we still have some unpainted details, but it's not so bad to where there's just full unpainted spots. All the wraps are painted, the elbow pads, the knee pads, so most of the stuff where it counts looks really good, and overall, I feel like he's a very solid figure that kids are totally going to enjoy. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends.